is mine. I deal the card.
Howdy, howdy. So, we're in Diamond 2 already. After the absolute trudge that was Diamond 4, Diamond 3 was a cakewalk. Let's hope that we can keep that momentum going here in Diamond 2. But before we get into any gameplay, I want to catch y'all up on what this deck is all about. First and foremost, this is a Riven deck. Morgana does indeed synergize well with all of the buffs, stuns, and shackles you have, but make no mistake, Riven is the star of this show. As this is the case, it's often correct to keep Riven safe in the back line until you can level her up and give her buffs to attack with. Potentially hitting for 3 damage, or even getting a 2-for-1 trade, is not worth losing your Riven in the early game. The exception is when you're against aggro. Against aggro, you trade away and protect your Nexus health at all costs. It's crucial to know when it's time to hold back and when it's time to risk it all and go in for the kill. And that's the crux of this deck. You must know which units to buff and when, which units you can afford to trade in, and which units you need to protect. To know that, you must know your opponent's deck, and that comes with practice. A mistake I often see people make with this deck is using a blade fragment early, like turns 3 or 4, to allow their Riven to attack, netting them 3 or so damage. This is a waste of a fragment. Better is to wait until you have more buffs to stack and stronger units to use them on. So instead of netting you 3 damage, suddenly you're pushing 8 to 10 damage with that Overwhelm fragment while being protected by the Quick Attack fragment. That being said, know the matchup. If it's turn 2 and your elite's opponent tapped out to play a Battlesmith, it's totally worth it to play that Quick Attack fragment on your Rune Squire to get a free kill on a critical unit. Tempo swings like that are game-changing. In general, you want to spread out your buffs, so that when one of your units inevitably gets removed or blocked, you're still dealing damage to the enemy nexus with the remaining units. But you can't afford to play afraid. In certain instances, it's better to go all in on 1 or 2 units and stack up a big burst of damage. Knowing which strategy is appropriate is how you win with this deck. Often, you'll find yourself in a position where hitting lethal is your only option for survival. Win or die. Ooh, it's exhilarating. But it's not all aggro. No. This deck is flexible. With cards like Dark Binding, Solari Sunhawk, and Lisa and Dolly, you have plenty of defensive tools to help you stall the game until you find an opportunity to strike. And in truly flexible fashion, you can use these disruption tools offensively as well as defensively. Possibly the greatest example of this flexibility is found in Dark Binding. You can stun an enemy unit on your defensive turn, and if your opponent is tapped out of mana, that same unit can no longer block during your next open attack. Olympic gymnasts can't flex that hard. And this is where Morgana comes into play. She levels rather quickly with all the small buffs and stuns flying around, and it's not uncommon to find yourself in a position where Morgana has shackled a unit, she levels up, and on the next attack she shackles another unit, removing 2 of the most powerful, which also often means the most healthy, units from blocking, cutting down the enemy's defenses to tinder. And the 2 damage she deals to the Nexus is just the cherry on top. Editor's note, Riot did just nerf 2 powerful cards in this deck after I played my games, but before I could finish writing this script. Enraged Firespitter and Morgana. The Morgana nerf is relatively insignificant for this deck, as leveling her is not key to winning most matchups, so that's fine. The Firespitter nerf hurts, however. The patch just came out at the time of drafting this script, so I still have a lot of testing to do to determine whether the nerf killed the card or not. But initial results bode well, actually. In any case, these nerfs do lower the overall power of the deck by a noticeable level, but it's still quite a capable deck. Lower tier 1 in my opinion. It is a personal favorite of mine, however, so take that with a grain of salt. And there you have it. That's this deck in a nutshell. If you like high risk, high reward situations and dealing tons of damage, I highly recommend checking out this deck. I'll leave the deck code in the doobly-doo for you. So, without further ado, let's get into the games. Alright, first up is Asol Morgana Elder Dragon. We should be able to out-tempo them in the early to mid-game and take them down before their big threats get going. Let's see how it turns out. Find a 1-drop. Hey, we got there. We got a 2-drop as well. Oh, man. They don't often have a 1-drop, so that's pretty good. That is pretty good. And we have a turn 4 play.
To serve the greater good.
Not that he's going to attack, but I would totally take that trade with the 3-1. So here's an interesting idea. I could play the Sunhawk and the Blade Squire. They're not likely to have another 3-drop in this deck. They could have another 2-drop. So this pushes a lot more damage. But it slows down my Riven level up by a turn, because I don't get a Blade Fragment this turn if I don't play the Riven. Is that okay? I get 1 less Blade Fragment. I think that's okay. I think I like that. I think I like going wide. Forcing them to have another unit, which they might not have. Of course, they do have it, so that sucks, but it is what it is.
Behind ya.
They'll be at 11 on my next attack. I'll just play the Riven out.
But hands to wield a weapon. The heart and mind to aim its strike.
I believe that's a mistake because it gives me the Blade Fragment. That'll let me level the Riven.
No more hesitation.
Yeah, I think he realizes it too. No +2, that's sad. Okay. This is kind of an awkward position. I think I want to do this, though.
Mama told me to stay away from strangers.
You cannot break a shattered soul.
There's their own Morgana. I'm going to kill the Morgana with the might. If they let me do that.
Are you prepared? It is...
So that's 4. Ooh, that's a great draw. Oh my god, that's great. Oh, yes. Just so long as they don't get healing. Yes. Brilliant. Getting rid of this is humongous. I am... Yeah, I take the 7. I definitely take the 7. They could have Hush.
There is surrender and there is life. I will live.
I want to keep the mana open because I want to be able to threaten that I have something. I want to make them think. I don't want to tap out and get, like, blown out by something. Damn. Can't do anything about that. I'll play the Razor Miss. Oh shit. Oh, beautiful. Who even gives a shit?
The time for talk is over.
That's the dragon they got.
I shall show them what it is to fall. You leave me no other choice!
Skip the block. Definitely gonna do that. Gonna give this bad boy Overwhelm. Gonna attack here, 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 and here. And I'm gonna give Riven the +2 attack. Actually, I'm gonna give it to Morgana. And that should be game. Even if they hush the Riven, I still deal 4. That's only taking away 4 damage, so they would be taking 23. They would need... That doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. Because the shackles remains.
Bear this burden. Embrace this ephemeral triumph.
All right. Not bad. I feel quite good about that victory. I played it well, and to be honest, I did get lucky as well. Sometimes a bit of luck is all you need. Well, that's that. Let's keep it moving. Okay, Lurk it is. We have plenty of early drops and lots of disruption. This should be a good matchup for us. Let's watch. Good. We found a 1-drop. And we have a couple of 3-drops.
I'm cold, I'm hungry, and there's rocks in me boots. Is that all you got? Carry your own gear.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna trade. That sucks.
Okay, Dolly. Just like you showed me.
Okay. Got him to spend 2 mana. So I've got the Targonian Tellstones in my hand, so I can make this a big buff guy to trade with 2 units.
Mama told me to stay away from strangers.
Well, shucks.
Leave us alone.
That basically did the same thing as granting it +2 or +3 health. Okay. Ah, shit. Ugh.
Explosives primed.
Why did he do that? Hello?
To serve the greater
+2 attack? Oh, shit! Ah, fuck! Wait.
You will not break me.
Damn it, he has the pike spell.
I failed.
It was likely that they had the pike spell.
This'll shake a boom.
I mean, honestly, you just block. Yeah.
Damn it.
Block and open attack next turn. Oh. Damn. If we'd gotten a better opening hand, we would have won this game. we didn't, so we lost. So it goes. Ugh, that was so close. So frustrating. Lurk can be rather hard to beat when they hit both Rek'Sai and Pike. Proof that I'm not always so lucky. But hey, these games do happen. You just got to keep on trucking. So let's do that. Bring on the next game. Next up is my heart and soul, Darius Nar. My baby. How could you do this to me? I have to win this one for the sake of my spirit. Let's find out who's who. What am I up against? Darius Nar. Okay, my own deck. How could you? Okay, I got a 1-drop though. Got a 1-drop. And they do not have a 1-drop. That's good. We've got a 1, 2, 3. We're looking good. Ooh, we've got a stun bird. I think it's probably better to save the stun bird for an aggressive turn.
Silly thing.
So turn 3, they want to play a 4-3 or a 5-4 that has no ability to block. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Ribbon. And I will... They don't have any buffs for 2 mana. So I'm just going to attack with the Riven. Get my 3 damage in. Pop a Bless.
No looking back.
They could stun and... Ooh, they run 3 Sisters. Fury of the North. Well, I have my own Tellstones to counter your Tellstones, and mine cost less mana. So there.
I have my orders.
And I'm pretty sure I just take the 9 damage here. Because there's nothing they can do about it. And I like doing this. Yeah, I like doing this.
I have found such beauty.
Developing a unit that can block the Gnar, as well as making making it even more difficult for them to attack at all.
Embrace this ephemeral triumph.
So that's good. That was a clean win. That was a clean win. That felt good. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Wins like that bring me great satisfaction and joy. In the words of A-Team leader Hannibal, I love it when a plan comes together. That's enough faffing around, though. We've got one more game to enjoy. Ah, jeez. Annie Jin. Personally, I despise Annie Jin. We can choose to race them, but honestly, they've got the upper hand there. We have the disruption to slow them down. It's just a matter of will we draw it or not. Let's find out. That we mulliganed. Found their way back into our hand. So that's... I mean, Morgana's a good card, but she's a little bit slow. Like, if we can't find something like a Sunhawk
No one's the wiser.
in the next few turns, then we're gonna be suffering. Solari Sunhawk is huge in this matchup. Riven's not bad. Saving up 2 spell mana is not bad. I don't think I can afford to take 5 damage. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to take 5 damage. I really need a Rune Squire. Yeah!
Good steal.
Rune Squire, baby. Quick attack.
If you do not have a part to play, take one.
Good lord, she's almost leveled up.
What we do is so much bigger than us both.
I mean, that was quite likely to happen.
It's done.
I think you just open attack. That's 5 damage. That's 6 damage because she levels up.
Explosives primed.
God, I wish I had a stun.
Donnie, wanna play with Tippers?
Okay, that sounds like fun.
Smells like burning. First the smoke, then the fire, then the Tippers!
If I let it through, that's 8 damage. They have a Jin and a Tibbers in hand. I think we have to take... Can we go down to 9? We can't go down to 9. That's too much.
How'd it go?
Have to take out the Annie. Okay. 1 Annie dead. Jin is gonna level,
Done a lot of stuff.
I shall show them what
but
it
I'm
is
gonna
to
make it as
fall.
difficult as I possibly can for him to do that. He can't play the Tibbers and the Shackles at the same time. Okay, so he's gonna undo the shackles and not play the Tibbers. Oh, and I found a stun. That's fantastic.
I'm behind you.
I have prepared something very
Good lord.
My next act will be sublime.
Are you prepared?
Alright, well, that's all I can do.
Take your seats.
This is insane.
I write the rules of power. No one's the wiser.
What's a warrior but hands to wield a weapon? The heart and mind to aim it.
I have to get lethal this turn.
No more mud for me. No way.
Or I have to be able to survive the next attack.
Beautiful, is it not?
Okay. I have another Morgana.
So familiar.
And I definitely want to play it. Yes, I want to play the
found such
Morgana.
Beauty and mortality.
Ah, fuck.
Step into the spotlight. Everyone is waiting. I have prepared something very special.
Yeah, that's okay. What are you gonna do?
Endure this pain. Let it change you.
And that's why I hate that deck. We have a pretty good matchup into them, believe it or not. We just didn't draw the right cards. We needed more Sunhawks and Lisa and Dollies. But we didn't find them. So we lost. So it goes. And that's all we have time for today. So, 2 dubs and 2 L's. We're back to where we started, more or less. Not the most productive time I've ever spent gaming, but it was still lots of fun. Next time will be better. I believe it. Good luck and have fun out there, y'all. And I'll see you in the next vid.